intense.
You know what? You're so right for that. Hello, disappointed
It's a
Ray.
great camera angle.
Hello. Hi, guys. I don't mean to come in here with like a straight up negative concept, but what the fuck is this shitty drawing thing we're doing? Like,
So it is a pixelated Minecraft drawing.
no, it's not the drawing. It's like, why am I presented with a circle? Why am I not filling blocks? Like, can we just play SketchUp or something? Like, what are we doing here?
I don't
Like,
know
look,
why.
what is that? What you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna undo that, but do you know what I mean?
Oh,
What
you
is
have to,
that?
you have to change the style of your pen, so you can actually go to size if you click
I want my pen to be you know what? I'm from the UK. I've been drinking from early doors, so maybe I'm just not like I got this beautiful coloring in game on my tablet, like Zen color. It's fantastic. It's spelled wrong, but we'll let them off.
I
And
feel
it's
you on
just
the
the
drinking though. I
vibe.
accidentally made I had some ginger beer and some yuzu honey tea Korean jelly thing, and I mixed it together. I think I may have left it in my fermentation station for way too long, and now it's mead, and I am very intoxicated.
There's nothing wrong with it here, man. We all love
I
it.
made mead by accident, like the Goths.
That is so funny.
Like the Goths of Normandy.
Let me see. What is this? Is this graphite? What color is this? No, I want pencil.
My therapist is so gonna yell at me on Tuesday.
Oh, that's blocky. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
If you hit the pencil and not the paintbrush, then you get the block and not the circle. The pencil gives you the squares. And then on this bar, you can adjust the sizing of it. And then you can also like zoom in on the picture. I hope that helps.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Because I fucking gave up on this shit a long time.
That's okay. Come hang out. I tried coloring it. I realized that if I zoom in, the screen can't see like the entire picture. So we're just saying.
Zoom in, it's like, have you guys played like the apps on here? Like the wait, what's it called? Hold on, I've got this. The drawing one where you guess the drawings, like, and we all like Sketchheads. Have you guys played Sketchheads?
No, what's Sketchhead?
Oh.
Okay, I don't mean to
That might be a UK.
overrule whatever the fuck this thing is. Like,
I mean, I'm familiar with Scribble Knots. Is it of that same nature?
Right, I don't know. I think I've added it to the Discord, so I think I added it to the Discord. I don't even know what fucking group I'm in. Jesus Christ. No, I didn't add it. Hang on. So if you go on the like you see on the left-hand side, bottom left-hand corner of your screen, and it says your name, and there's like 4 icons, your share your screen and whatever. And there's one that says start an activity. So whoever created that group, you can search in that bar for Sketchheads. And it's like we can play Pictionary. I don't know what you guys call it. Where it gives us a clue and then someone has to draw what it is, and then we all have to guess what the person has drawn. Kind of thing. Like a game.
Like
Okay, so
Pictionary,
yeah,
like steps.
Yeah, so we all like I've got another server, and that's what we do when we're like want to play a game together, when we don't want to actually play a game together, when we're like more chatting kind of thing. But there's loads of games under activity. There's that. There's, I mean, shit. We can even play like chess. Not that I want to play chess. He wants to play fucking chess, but you can play chess and all kind of things.
Talia actually has a lot
I'm
to
like
say about
watching a chess tournament right now.
It's like the whole
I am
world
like so
of
locked
chess.
into this
It's
chess
like
tournament. I've been watching it like 7 hours a day this entire week. I've been watching
I've-
chess.
Yeah,
Seven
there's like
hours.
How long are they go on for? Well, this. Yesterday it was 5. I mean, that's how long like a classical game goes on for. It's like 7 hours. 5 to 7 hours usually. Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's the classical game is usually like, I mean, these are short for classical games, which means each player gets an hour and a half on the clock, but then every move they get an extra 30 minutes. So, not 30 minutes, an extra 30 seconds. So, like, yeah, we're at most of the games have finished today, but one game is tie breaks, so it's gone. And I've been watching for over 5 hours.
That is honestly so impressive.
honestly, if it's engaging.
It really is. Like my mom got like she was visiting yesterday and I was watching and she's like, she's not really like super into chess or anything, but there was the final game that was like still going on. She was like, she was like, oh, I really have to leave now. But then it was like the end and it got really intense. And she was like, oh my God, it's really exciting.
Where? How? Who was just speaking? Sorry.
It's me, Talietta, the Aristocat.
Oh my God, that is a fucking vibe. Everybody wants to be that. Love that song. Are you mad? That's a great song.
Wait, you said the Discord activities ad. Is it the whiteboard? To like draw, just like random drawing?
No, it's called not that one, but yeah, that's the same screen. It's called Sketchheads. SKTC Sketch S. I'm trying to look for it.
Oh, I
Sorry, I'm
see
not
it.
spelling it for you. Yeah, Sketchheads. I couldn't add it. I tried. Again, too drunk, so I don't know if it can be added.
Let me
by
search.
What part of the UK
And then-
are you from? Sorry, just like randomly.
Originally from the fine capital city, which I like to say to piss off the rest of the UK dwellers.
Oh, I'm from London. So.
Yeah, so from the fine cap, so you can imagine how much that pisses off people from everywhere
people
else.
get like, especially people who have like been to London like twice or like on a school trip or something, and it's just like you can tell they just cannot handle it, and it's like I'm sorry you're from like shit place that no one knows.
So whoever's in charge, you can do a class which is where one person draws and everyone guesses, or the co-op where like two people can draw at the same time and the other people get. So maybe classic because there's only 4 of us.
Okay.
There's 5 of us now. Blitz. No joke. Whichever one.
Real quick.
It's a vibe. Either of them are a vibe.
There we go. Okay. Authorized.
I'm gonna close this fucking Minecraft bullshit.
Can I like? Will this work on like an iPad with a pencil? Because I feel like this is like a better way to play this.
Oh my God, I'm the host. Look, I'm telling you what to do, and I'm the fucking host. Holy shit! Right, let's start easy. Let's go with food. How? 3 or more players are required. Well, can someone else join us, please?
Okay.
I'm joining.
I don't know if you've ever. Oh, why have I got to fucking draw first? All right, fine. And we're not allowed to say what we're drawing, people. And I can't draw for shit, but there you go. Let's try and do it better. There we go. That's
Do we guess? Do we just like shout it out?
yeah. No, you guess. You type it in somewhere, bottom right hand side, maybe I think it is, and you type. You have to type what I.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many guesses do we get?
As many as you like. Just spam them. I think this is the one where you're at the top of the screen. It gives you how many letters the word is, so you can see like how many. So it's not box because there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dashes. So it's a 6-letter word.
So it's like Hangman, but Pictionary.
Yeah, we should play the other one because then you guys are all working together, whereas now you're all working against each other. So you can't share your thoughts. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. This was keep guessing. You can just guess and guess and guess and guess and guess.
Hold on.
So far, only Floopsy has. So ignore this one because I've done a terrible example.
Oh, okay. So just one box.
Oh, this is
It's
easy.
Broom, but get your spelling right. Go for it.
Oh,
Go there, but work on your spelling. Do it again.
God.
okay. I get this.
Right, you guys, you can do this, guys. You can do this.
Got it.
It's someone else's drawing now. Whoever the fuck the
Okey-doke.
tiger is.
That's me. Hello, I'm Tig. Nice to meet you, friend. Mm. Thoughts?
Uh,
Oh no.
oh,
You see, you could just guess, just guess. What might this be? Oh,
oh.
you
Bingo.
see, we're getting into the game, people. We're getting into the game, getting into it. I love this game, so it's a vibe.
Oh, is this my turn? Okay, I
If you're
see.
Floopsy, it's your turn.
It's gonna be hard. I'm so sorry.
Why is everyone's name different from the name? I don't know what's happening.
Oh, it's because I changed the name in the server. There we go.
Oh, okay. Shit, I'm just like a basic bitch. I'm like the same name all around. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, hold
Bruh,
on.
we got some color vibes going on. Listen. I swear to God, if I get like,
Um,
oh, is it that thing? No, that's not that thing. I can't spell that. That's ridiculous. Wait. Oh, no, it's not that. Oh, I know it. Wait, I can't spell.
I can't spell for either.
Bruh, I'm a fucking professional.
oh, you got it.
I fucking got it, bro. You're vibing. You're vibing. You're vibing. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Oh, I got it.
That's yeah. Work on the spelling.
Damn it.
Wait, what happens? Do I click anything?
No, whoever's drawing doesn't have
Got
to
it.
do nothing. Broom. That's it.
Oh, I thought you guys already got it. That's why I was like, oh no, does the screen? No, it's
No.
not.
Profesh. Go on, Floops.
Amazing. Okay.
Why is everyone got different names? Why am I feeling left out? I don't understand. Listen, aristocrat, get involved. And Sarah.
Hold up, my phone is like bugging out. I keep having to try to do this on my phone, and it's like not cooperating.
You got to be on the
freezes
laptop.
every time I click on something, so I think I need to change device.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. Bear with me, people. My drawing has got special needs. Right, I've picked the pencil.
Such a long word.
But yeah, but you get it. You get it. I'm a professional. I'm not, but we can do this. Okay, right. Why have I done this?
Oh my god. Sorry. Every time I click on this thing, it like crashes my Discord. This is so weird. I'll be right back.
Just don't ignore that. That's an arrow. Thank you. Someone understands my brain already. Whoever that was, I appreciate you.
I saw the U and I was like, that can only be it.
Oh, wait, let me help.
Wait, did I spell it wrong?
Boom. No, whoever the leg Cher got it right. I'm just helping.
That's
spelling. That's it.
So it still waits for the timer to run out even if the guess is guessed.
No.
Okay.
Got it.
There you go. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
I fucking love this game. I'm guessing. Yes, I am.
Ooh, Tig's drawn.
Oh fuck! I've got so many messages happening on my Telegram, right? Okay.
That's not the right life.
Nope.
What?
Oh, what's that thing called? Oh, bro, fucking
Bingo.
professional. Oh, fucking professional, bro. I'm gonna take this brief opportunity to visit the bathroom. BRB.
Deep? Something deep, I think. Why am I blanking on this? Man, what is this? Oh, seaweed?
Dang it, sir.
I was looking at the fish in the water and I was like, ocean? Like, what's another word for ocean?
Oh my god.
I might change us to the paint thing just because that way we could just kind of like relax and paint.
Like,
Unless anyone wants to do like another Pictionary. Do we have thoughts?
I mean, I'm fine with, honestly, like, as long as I get to be with people doing something that works for me at this point.
There's Color Together, which they give us like a coloring book and we fill it out. And then there's also Whiteboard, where I think we just like free draw.
Ooh,
Chat.
whiteboard.
What are you guys thinking? You want Whiteboard? Okay.
yeah,
Whiteboard
sounds
gets-
chill. This game keeps crashing for me. Like, crashing my whole Discord.
Sometimes the activities get a little wonky tonky.
Whiteboard's boring. Can be boring.
Whiteboard.
Okay.
Maybe the coloring one, because then we have like a theme.
I don't know how to.
Also, sorry if you hear, like, chess commentating in the background. Just switch devices, so I got things coming from different speakers.
Let's see. Oh, wait. What's that game where we each, like, draw, like, a story? Kind of like Scribblenauts meets D&D, honestly. So we, like, draw a character, and then we just go on a little adventure and just make it up as we go.
I know. I think maybe Gartic phone, so it will tell you.
I'm not so sure on
Gartic
what
phone
it is.
tells you.
Oh, if I move this, can you guys see?
That's
But I-
It's off with a tree. Oh, I need to-
I like that.
Wait, does it work if I use, like, the Apple Pencil? Will this work?
If you break out your Apple Pencil and start doing legitimate art, I will cry.
Oh,
Let's see if it actually works. Like,
Oh,
if
this
the
is some
pencil
BS.
works.
I'm getting
Let
my
me just see.
tablet.
Oh my god, it does! The Apple Pencil works! That's so cool!
Game on, bitch. I'm getting my tablet.
Oh my god, all of you guys are gonna whip out professional. I'm gonna use this. You know, I'm gonna stick with what I'm given, my mouse pad, and I'm gonna try my bestest. Where's the eraser? Why don't they have an erasing button?
And erase.
You're assuming just because I have the tools means that I'm gonna be competent. Like, I'm actually, like, stoned as fuck right now. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, plus my tablet's like my tablet was a give out from my New York back when New York State was giving out free internet to people. So
I don't even know what to draw.
Since you understand that one to the I will never face this, you should highlight it once you doesn't command this to check.
Just like free art it.
And they see it would be also a very comical move because of strategical reasons, not only the tactical one. You can tell Maple's not happy. Sigh, this.
Oh my gosh, that did a line not the way I intended. How do I rub stuff out?
you just use white ink.
Not super far.
Let's use white ink. Seriously?
Yeah.
It's not like an eraser tool?
No, I think that's just like I think you just use white ink with the whiteboard because like,
No,
there's
but
no
that's
layers.
not white. The white
Uh,
isn't white.
oh, this is some.
No, I just made it so much.
Weird. Oh, this is some. Oh my god.
The white isn't white. How do I?
Wait,
How do
wait,
I?
wait, 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 wait. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
Do
minute.
I do like a white square? Oh my god! Sorry, I'm just making this worse.
This is fun.
Ah.
No, I'm just gonna like I'll make it into something else somehow. You know, we're gonna draw over it maybe.
Oh, I
Oh my
got
god,
it. You
I'm
just
on the
didn't have the,
square
you just
tool.
didn't,
Okay.
you didn't have the right white. That's what it was. I did it. I did it.
Thank you.
You have to draw for the blank space and then have that correct white going into it.
Okay.
You have to like there's a if you look on the ink, there's a plus sign there and that allows you to pick like a new kind of white.
Actually,
It's actually so fun.
challenge. Yeah, that's how you can yourself done. But he's feeling the chance here. I think this is also why his hunger is going up. He knows.
Or you can just highlight the whole thing and then just delete it
He's
with the select button. That would be another solution you could choose.
You know, it's wild. Like in the chess that I'm watching right now. Sorry, I keep talking about chess. Like they've got heart rate monitors on the players, so you can see like the heart rate's going up as like the clock goes down.
I love this.
And it's like, oh god, there was at the last one of these tournaments, there was this really intense like 7-hour match, and like towards the end of the match when they were in time trouble at the very end, like both players' heart rates were like above 160. It's just like, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh.
Heart rate monitors
It
on
just
the
shows how like
players.
intense chess is.
That's
kind of like
crazy.
it's kind of like, honestly, I don't know if you guys remember this show from the early 2000s, Killer Karaoke.
No, might be an American thing.
Yeah, maybe an American thing, but honestly, it's hilarious. I think it was not even American. I think it was Canadian, honestly. But this guy, basically, the host was you basically have to do karaoke while going through a series of challenges. It's American Idol, but you're walking through like boxes and tubs of like half decomposed frozen fish, cages of rats.
Oh my god, I fucked it up again.
Snakes and crocodiles and whatnot. It's like
Is it like Fear
Factor? It's like Fear Factor meets American Idol. It's the weirdest thing.
That's so crazy, right?
Sorry, he's using voice. Yeah, I think
it's like Fear Factor meets American Idol. It was very entertaining, honestly.
I'm trying to draw some nice.
It's a moment, right? Where king is on c1, rook on a1. Can you benefit from it somehow?
Yeah, but they always clean on checkmate, on the G6, but that's where white will be kicking the queen away with a3.
Oh my god, you can move?
Queen a5 seems to be a nice move also.
Yes.
Probably white has to play
I feel like with him. Yeah, queen a5 is threatened by the top probably.
How do you zoom out?
I feel can also 95 is to queen a5, no? It's the same. But then there might be b4, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
What
but
do you
you
do?
just put that one after queen a5.
Oh my gosh, I keep like I lean on the tablet and then like a random line just shoots across the screen and it's just like, oh fuck.
Oh my, that is such a nice plan, whoever's drawn that.
Thank you. I am using an Apple Pencil, which probably makes it a bit easier.
No, that looks so nice.
Yeah, it keeps like shooting random lines sometimes, like in the wrong way, but make it work.
Yeah, rook f3 is a threat. Spot.
You guys just wait until I get my tablet charged up, and I'm coming for your asses.
Yeah, what has to run? But along queen d2, for example. Yeah,
Yeah, this is the first like I can't remember the last time I actually like used my Apple Pencil to draw. I've just been using it to like scroll and shit.
I kind of love that.
then queen d1, queen c2.
Because king one on the board.
I made a nice
Yeah,
like matcha. So I'm sipping on that right now.
d2 is also
Wait, what'd you make? Like a burrata?
No, matcha. I wish I made a burrata. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it looks like Black should be winning, but
Well, I had fun doing it.
Where's the advantage?
I would love to make cheese.
It's a very
Oh yeah, that's actually on my to-do list. I have on my mailing list coming in a couple weeks, a couple months actually. It's on back order, but it is the cheese making kit.
Oh, that's so cool.
Sick.
Yes, I'm gonna be able to make like a nice Gouda, like a nice smoked Gouda in my
I've got
closet.
already queen d2. Now, okay, so after g5, you are settling queen d3.
I want to make a nice smoked Gouda.
the g5 maybe.
Let's try to fill these.
Yeah, honestly, the great thing about like cheese making, fermentation, all that, it's just waiting.
Because queen d2 is a deadly threat.
I'm
Yes,
currently
prep and
trying to
wait.
make sourdough, and I'm on day like
Yes,
10.
because queen d5.
It's not coming alive.
Exactly. Maybe even better than g5.
Sheridan, what did I tell you? Remember what I told you about what calories are?
Yeah, very uncomfortable from that point.
Yeah. I like because I wanted to make like my own sourdough starter, so I could like just make bread and just like have it. Day 10, and by day 8, some people are saying that it's supposed to be ready to do like a float test. Mine is not alive or bubbling at all, and I keep feeding it twice a day now, and it's just dead. It has like sleigh bubbles. It doesn't really rise or anything.
Yeah, targets.
Well, there's a couple of things that might go wrong, honestly. Different things about the thing with sourdough starter is that different components in the environment may affect different ways. So it's depending, like okay, you're in the Los Angeles area, so keep in mind you have a more arid environment. So the humidity might be a factor, as well as it's not just a matter of feeding. No, it's sourdough. It's a colony. It's not. It's less like less like you're raising a goldfish and more like you're raising a plant.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you. The chess person
I'm
stop the
following
chess.
girl who's like doing day by day. And
Can
she
the
also
chess
lives
person stop
feels
the
oh, it's
chess,
like
please?
perfect, it's up here. And hers is ready. I don't know.
I'm here to listen to no man talking in the background. Please. Thank you. For thank you. Sorry, Royal.
Yeah, he's double checking.
Tally, your chest overhead is a little bit loud. You have like
Oh,
a
is
you have
it?
an audio. Yeah, you have. Do you have an
It's
audio
Sorry.
splitter?
Can you mute it, please? I can't. I'm sorry. I was trying to listen to what Royal was saying. I couldn't. My brain was like exploding. It was exploding. I'm sorry. I was talking over you because I was like, please, someone needs to shut the fuck up. Sorry, please do continue with what you were saying. Thank you.
Right.
No, we were just
Tally.
talking on sourdough starter because mine is just
Nice.
Yeah.
not nice.
Honestly, the thing with sourdough, it really depends. It's not just on the ingredients. It's not a math formula. You know, it's like raising a plant. Like there's certain aspects in your environment that are suitable for some plants over others. In your case, Cher, you're in the Los Angeles area, so and plus as well as being post to wildfires going on, so it's going to be a lot drier in your environment. So where do you have your sourdough starter in the meantime? Like where is it located?
it's currently just on like my kitchen counter because that's what the lady who I'm following, like her tutorial, that's where she keeps hers, and she's like, I just keep it on my kitchen. I don't touch it, and I'm like, okay.
Is this lady you're following located somewhere in the Midwest or in the Northeast
she's
or?
she's from California. She lives like in my area. That's why I was following hers because like we're in a similar zone. Because she was also saying like don't be discouraged if it doesn't start. Like some people it takes weeks, but hers is ready in like 8 days. So I was like, I'll follow her because she's in California. We like live in the same temperature, and right now it's also really hot. So I'm like, it did like rise high up and completely bubble over, but that was on like day 4, and so I wasn't even supposed to be double feeding it that day. And then I don't know, I fed it again, and after that it just has not given any life. But that's okay.
I mean, you might have had an extinction burst. Honestly, it might have just like if it bubbles up that quickly after like 4 days or so. If it bubbles out that quickly, it means the yeast is eating up everything in sight, and if it's kind of dead right now, it means the yeast died because it ate up. It's kind of like you know how some lakes like turn really green, they turn eutrophic when you have like runoff, like we have any kind of pollutants go into it. Like all the algae kind of eat up all the nutrients, and then they explode in population, and then when there's no more food, they just die. That's kind of what the similar thing that happens with sourdough starter with the yeast in particular, because algae and yeast are very similar in that regard.
Does that mean I have to completely start over my starter?
No, what it means is you need to keep your starter, but also start a new starter with it. So you can actually revive the starter that you have right now. But in the meantime, you need to be able to make a new starter. So once you have the new starter, you steady grow it, and you grow it. You don't want to make too much of it at once, but just start small. Even if it's like just on your counter or something like that. Like just monitor the yeast a little bit more to make sure it doesn't go extinction burst like full eutrophic like it did before. But just don't even worry about double feeding it for now. When you feed too much sugar, that could also increase the chances of like a full extinction burst. It also depends on what kind of sugar you're feeding it as well. Granulated sugar, like processed white sugar, gets eaten up a lot more quickly. Then it gets eaten up very, very quickly by yeast. So if you're using brown sugar or even like sugar in the raw, that's a better alternative than just straight granulated sugar. If you don't have that, then granulated sugar just in little bits. Instead of double feeding it, you just do like maybe half a teaspoon every day or so until you start to get a solid royal, a started boil. And then when you have that new starter, you can add that new starter as a base to your old one, and then that can start reviving things a little bit more.
Okay.
It's kind of like it's like yeast grafting, if you will.
Yeast graphing. Okay, I will try this and see. Thank you. I'll keep you guys updated and see if it comes back to life.
Yeah, just text me honestly if you have any questions. I've been like not just sourdough, but I like me some fermentation. I got the full equipment here, so if you want a demo, I can show you some stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Always, my friend.
My
Also,
pencil's just drawing random lines. I don't know what's happening. It's like I'll draw something and it's just like line across the screen. It's like, okay.
I was like, I wonder what she's doing.
Yeah, I just like put my pencil down and it just shoots a line. I'm like, okay. Guess we're going with that then.
Like, I drew a tree. That's as much of a vibe as I'm getting. Maybe I'll make it like, I don't want it to be a Christmas tree. How do I undo all of that?
We're
Fuck
just
Christmas.
going abstract, you know. This is
Abstract. I can do abstract.
yeah. I think this is turning into abstract. Like
I'm trying to draw a clown, and
I don't. Where is this clown? I don't see a clown.
you can move the screen around.
He's up the ball.
I can zoom out. The fuck? I can see the clown. Vibe,
Yeah, I just figured that out as well.
I was like, what's this? What's she talking about? Like, I was like, bruh, are you?
I'm just my clown. The clown is in my imagination.
I mean, vibe.
Okay, I'm just gonna give in to the random lines because I don't know how to stop my pencil doing it. So it just
it's abstract.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't. Your board will be automatically. Fuck off. Oh, who drew lots of hearts?
Oh, that was me. There's like little stamps, so I was testing them out.
There's stamps.
Oh, there's stamps.
Yeah, if you hit the X on whatever like using to draw with, there.
What the hell? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
You can like upload
them.
Oh, that is so cute.
Look, you could have starred his head. I'm gonna undo that. But look, you could have put a star on his head.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even. You're so smart. Okay, give me a second. How did I get out of here? Let me erase.
What if I do this? Let it go.
Just gonna move.
Bro, what do you mean you could just move your fucking thing? What are you talking about?
You can move them.
Wait, why is it disappeared?
I fucked that up.
Did it just? Oh, it's back.
Can I? Do I get a color? Oh, I do get a color.
Oh, you can just move your shit.
Huzzah.
I got a wonky
Whoa, can I move your stuff? Wait, I can move your stuff too. I can move your shit. not safe from me, bro. Oh, look,
Hey, my cloud.
I'm a little star. Oh, do you know what,
What is
ladies?
it?
Let me introduce you to the world of ridiculousness. So, some 20 years ago, I dated this guy, RIP, my sensibilities. And
Oh my
my friend still knew him, so he wanted to reconnect. So we've reconnected just for chit chat because I'm not interested. But it's like keeps talking to me about the past. He's like, "Oh, do you remember when this?" I'm like, "What life of nothing have you led in the last 20 years that you're still dwelling?" Like I'm dwelling on my trauma. Don't get me wrong, like my trauma from childhood and all that, of course. But I'm like, oh my God, the ins and outs of a 20 years ago relationship that lasted for 2 years. I'm like, bro, I got food in my cupboard that's been there longer than that relationship lasted. How are you still remembering this stuff? It's crazy.
Crazy. I mean, that means you just left a good impact on him.
I mean, bro, I probably left trauma on him. That's why he's remembering.
either, either that or he's either that or he's thought he could do something more and he realized what he was looking for doesn't actually exist, and so he's trying to get back with you because he's kind of out of options. You are a wonderful option, but you can do better than that. You are better than that.
I mean, I am fantastic when I want to be. I didn't really hear what you said. I just heard I'm better than that, and I was like, I am better. But no, it's just weird hearing about the past and him remembering. But then, from what he's told me, he hasn't done much. He's done whatever he's done, but he's not been like I've spent years living in a van, traveling, driving around, moving to different places. You know, I drove by myself with my cat. We went to Europe. I just, explored and did things. Whereas he still lives in the same house with his mother that he left in after we moved out of our flat. He went back to his mum's house and he's been there ever since. So I just feel like he hasn't had enough saved data to overwrite the previous files. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's how I,
his
Yeah.
resume is lacking.
yeah, that's how I put it. Because he's like, oh, do you remember insert miscellaneous thing? Like, I don't even remember how we broke up. Like, I remember certain parts of what happened, but he's like, oh, I'm really sorry this thing happened. I'm like, bro, literally, do not remember. Like, he's had one relationship since we were in a relationship. I've had like five. I was married afterwards. Like, I've had shit's happened. Like, I just don't, and I feel really bad. Like, what am I supposed to say? Like, to this person? You know, what am I supposed to
Like,
fucking say? Like, I'm sorry your life was boring, but I don't remember this shit.
it's like, get your own life, essentially.
Oh, facts. Like, this dude's like 46 now or some shit like that.
And he's
Like, come
living
on.
in his mother's flat. My God.
It's a house, but same vibes, yeah. Yeah,
Oh, so
yeah.
it's a condo.
No, we don't have condos here, darling. We have houses.
True. That is, I keep
Condos.
forgetting. You lucky bitch.
I don't even fucking know what I think a condo is flats, but like a smaller block of flats. So like maybe you guys would call apartments what we'd call a tower block, where there's lots of flats. So I'm thinking a condo, is that like a house that's been split into four?
No, that's a townhouse. A
It's like
condo. A
you.
condo is what you would call a luxury flat.
Just a fucking. Let me
It's
just
a, it's
park.
it's just, it's just an upgraded flat, essentially.
Oh, for
Also, the way
fuck.
you said "darling" was like such a brain scratch for me. Like you just
What
said it
was?
so nicely when you were like, "Oh, I don't know what that is, darling," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that just scratched a part of my brain."
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't know.
so
I mean,
no,
has it?
no. I'm looking at condos. These are just blocks of flats, bro. This
Yeah.
is just a fucking
No,
flat.
it's just it's
Bro, that's a flat. This is a flat.
Americanisms.
Yeah.
We have so basically we have a tower block, which is like a mini skyscraper full of flats, right? Which is generally shitty council flats, which is what we call government accommodation. But occasionally you'll get like nice tower blocks with penthouse suites and all of that kind of vibe. I've just searched DuckDuckGo for a condo. I'm just looking at small blocks of flats, like 4 stories high, long, what wider than they are taller.
Yeah.
Flats, basically.
It's just a
That's just
luxury apartment. That's what a
it's a
condo
fucking
is.
bro. It's a flat. Like y'all
It's
need to
just a
stop.
marketing term.
You know, that's a flat. Like the fuck. Anyway, and then so what's the other one called?
A
No,
townhouse.
not a
What townhouses we have?
yeah, but don't you can live in a townhouse all by yourself? Yeah, a townhouse.
Yeah,
I
I
know
mean
about
townhouse is just like row houses.
yeah. So we have what's called a terraced house, which is just tragic. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, we call those projects over here.
No.
No, it's
Sometimes
not like that.
the terraced houses are in the ghetto. Don't get me. Absolute facts. Like some of the cheapest properties, basically a lot of the older, because as you know, our shit is older. So we
Yeah.
have things that are like from 1800s, and they're
Yeah.
just these little houses in a row that they built for the miners. We call them 2 up, 2 down. So there's 2 rooms downstairs, 2 rooms upstairs. Um, and that's it. Downstairs you'll have a living room and a kitchen, and then upstairs you'll have 2 bedrooms. So that's a 2 up, 2 down for us. And then they would have had an outside toilet. And because they were older, then toilets and plumbing was invented, so then they'd just tack on a little extension out the back and put a bathroom in it once bathrooms were invented.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
the flushable toilet, the modern flushable toilet wasn't a thing until like what was his name actually? Oh no, he actually didn't invent it. He just improved upon the design. It was the Persians who invented the flush. It was the Persians who invented that concept. Basically, when you have the S loop on the toilet plumbing, the purpose is that you have a little block of water, a little bubble of water in there that blocks all the nasty smells coming in. So like you had those outhouses in Victorian England in the industrial era. You light a cigarette or anything like that, you have all that gas coming up. It
ooh,
stinks to high heaven, but you light a cigarette, kaboom. So that's where actually the dude's name was Crapper, believe it or not.
Les, your guys' toilets are different to our toilets. I remember it on a Reddit post. So you guys have, from my understanding at least, your toilet bowl is your water level is far more horizontal. Like you've got a bigger, shallower
Yeah, it's
water
really weird.
level.
It is, yeah. It's bigger and shallow, and it's like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
let's give lots of fucking splashback. It's really fucking odd
yeah. 'Cause someone was
compared
like,
to this
"Oh,
here.
how'd you stop the water getting on your balls?" And we were all like, "Why the fuck are your balls anywhere near the water? What you fucking talking about?" Like we were so confused over here. And then someone sent a picture of the toilet, and we're like, "The fuck?" Like it's just insane.
Yeah, but neither the UK or the Americans got anything on the Japanese toilets.
Oh, listen, Japanese toilets be fucking insane. That shit be singing
Godly.
to you in your sleep. That shit be massaging you. One of my exes, okay, it's a bit weird, but anyway, my ex's mum's new husband, whatever the fuck, right? He used to work in Japan. So he bought a Japanese toilet and installed it in England. And I went to their house and I was like, there were so many buttons. And me being one of those curious, inquisitive types, obviously I had to press every button. Because who doesn't press every button? Listen, my vagina got fucking spa treatment that day.
Beautiful.
I
I
felt like
know.
she went to a spa. Like There was like music playing. She was getting like pampered. I was like, boy, this is a vibe.
Oh
It's
my
like
god,
warm,
yeah.
it's like warm water circulating, and this hot air comes out. I was just waiting for some little robot to come and just like put a bit of powder on there or something. Do you know what I mean? Like start shaving hairs or something. It was crazy.
That they're working on actually the prototypes with that. There's a over in Japan actually. That's actually a prototype going on right now.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That's so
It's
funny.
so, it's
You know, they
such a
actually
fucking
sell like the attachments that go into the Japanese toilet, like the bidet and everything else. They sell that. They sell it online. So I think I'm actually considering just like upgrading my bathroom a little bit because it doesn't
Yeah, you can
require
get the
power.
seats quite easily now. Like it's not difficult.
It's crazy. So you guys, I'm guessing you're all in America.
Well, except for Towie.
Yeah, I'm in London.
Are you? Wait, which
Yeah,
one's that? Let me get back to the thing so I can see which one's talking. Hang on, sorry.
the Aristocat.
The Aristocat. Where in London are you? Londizzle?
Yeah, I'm in like Greenwich,
I bet.
Deptford area.
I was, I
But
was,
I'm a Camden girl. I grew up in Camden, but I can't afford to live there anymore.
well, I knew you was one
South
of
of the
the
river
posher
now.
ends. I was like, he's from one of them posher ends for sure.
Yeah, I lived in
Oh,
like kind of the more chalk farm end of Camden.
I can tell by your accent you're posher than I am for sure. I'm from the ghetto, babe.
Whereabouts in London?
I is from Bethnal Green.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I have a lot of friends in Bethnal Green.
Yeah, it's a lot different than it was back then. It's far more gentrified now.
Oh yeah,
Bethnal
definitely. Yeah, I remember like
Green's like,
one of my best friends is from like Bethnal Green. I've known him since we were kids, and it was so different back then, like versus now. But that's like all of East London, to be fair.
yeah.
And I
Can I
mean,
ask
like
how
Deptford now.
yeah.
Like I've lived in Deptford like a bit over a decade, and like it's changed so much. Like there was nothing here, and
Is
now
that
there's like all these like. Well, it's
box
actually
top?
kind of nice because at least there's stuff. Because before there was just a lot of empty shops, but like now there's at least it hasn't been like proper gentrified. Like there isn't a Starbucks or anything. I'm very glad that it hasn't become like every other high street. But there are like the hipster coffee shops and stuff.
The best definition I heard of gentrification is it said gentrification when white people move to the ghetto and open a cupcake shop.
So true. Oh gosh, like going through because like oh fucking hell, Camden Market makes me so depressed going through Camden these days.
Oh,
Like there's a JD Sports in the middle of the Stables Market. I was like absolutely
what?
devastated. Like I hadn't
Horrified.
been back in a while, and like my boyfriend's not from here, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna show you like where I grew up, and I had not seen any of it. And first of all, they have this like pseudo fake box park part of it. The
I knew you
scooters are
was gonna
gone, like the
give me
scooters
big
by the
like
canal,
earlier.
those are gone, and they've got this fake box park BS. And then there's a JD Sports in the middle of the Stables Market where there used to be like
Are
all those
you
vintage shops.
are you like
What's
can
a
I ask
JD
how old
sport?
you are? It's some fucking chav tracksuit shop. Can I ask how
Yeah,
old you are? Aristocrat.
I'm 31.
See, you're quite old, and I'm surprised because last time I went Camden, there weren't even no scooters there. I don't even know what scooters you're fucking talking about.
Yeah, I know it's been like a while, but I was in the US for a bit. I did a degree in the US, and I like
Yeah, why you sound so confused?
yeah, I've got a muzzled accent. I've got like hybrid London, New York.
My accent, to be fair, my accent will go all over the place. If I'm hanging out with the people from Somerset, I'm saying Somerset words, or I'm saying stuff from the north, and I'm saying stuff from all over the place.
Yeah, the code switching stuff. You just like do it like naturally without thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my favorite thing is in the north, they'll say, I'm going to shop. And I just love linguistic shortcuts. Like, why
Yeah.
say
Oh,
to
this is fun.
Why say to the shop when you can say shop? So fucking, I love it. Oh dear Christ.
And then like
Oh,
on the other end of the spectrum, when like I remember some of my friends like went to this very posh sixth form college, and they were like saying things like, "Oh, I'm going up matron," and I'm like, "What? What does that mean?" And it's like going to the school nurse. I was like, "What the fuck?"
No, that's a fucking crime. That's all that is.
Yeah.
No, it can't be yellow. I'm supporting whoever drew that with a heart.
Oh, thank you. That's me. I realized that you can upload images, so I uploaded a PNG of Whooper, and I'm coloring him
Oh,
in.
that's amazing.
No, that's bad. Oh shit,
Oh.
sorry. Wait, I'm gonna undo that. I'm gonna undo it. I didn't mean to do that.
Whooper's covered.
I didn't mean to do that. But what I did mean to do was that bad. But I'm not gonna undo that as well.
Is the color off? Do you not like Whooper?
I don't like the fact that you uploaded an image. I don't even know what the fuck that is. What is that?
It's a
Are you going?
Pokemon.
Oh, fuck off. There's only 151 Pokemon, and I'll hear nothing else about the situation.
He's like three.
Right. And Pluto is still a planet, isn't that right?
No, Pluto is not a planet. It's now what do we call it? Hang on, I can do this. It's an exoplanet. No, it's not an exoplanet. It's a
It's a
dwarf
dwarf
planet.
planet.
There we
Yeah.
go. I got this right. Listen,
There
bitch,
you
there's
go.
151 planets. I don't know what
Justice for
12-year-old
Pluto.
going on. But there's 151 Pokemon. There was a whole song about it. And then they got the only exception to the 151 Pokemon rule is Togepi.
Only Togepi.
Only Togepi. Listen, where you there? Let me just chat to this, but where you there? We've been playing this game like, bruh. We've been playing Schedule 1. Oh god, I'm sounding like a fucking American. We've been playing Schedule 1. Have you guys heard of it? The one where you're like drug dealers.
No, what is it?
Heard of it.
It's this game.
I have not
I
heard of
wouldn't
this
have bought
game,
it
but
for
I have to look it
myself.
up now.
Yeah, so it's in early access, and I never buy early access games, but one of the people on my other server bought it for me because they needed someone to clean, and they know that I love like these random cleaning tasks. So I was like cleaning up. But basically, you have to grow weed. You start off by growing weed, and then you have to run around, doing deals and stuff, avoiding the police. And getting all the ingredients and stuff, and then you upgrade to a meth lab, and then you upgrade to selling cocaine.
Amazing.
Oh my
You have
god.
to,
Like my base mental drugs like Sims.
I'm telling you, it's
I
honestly a vibe.
love a good cartel simulator.
Yeah, but we're playing it, so it's me and two of my online friends. So it's more of a vibe. To be fair, I have been playing it single player and still vibing with it. But with friends, it's just more hilarious, and we kind of got a system. Whereas I'm running the meth lab, and they're running blah 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 blah. So it's a vibe.
Hello. I heard someone jump in.
Yeah, no, hello.
Hello.
Come join the paint sesh.
Oh, I can say hey girl without any confusion. Hey. Oh, I love this. Is
Hey,
all
girl,
fucking
hey.
I'm vibing with this.
Oh no, I
Oh,
called her
what's
smile. Oh my god.
what's that?
It is so hard to color in the lines. I'm struggling.
Orion. Oh, another person of brownness vibing. Do you want me to delete? Do you want me to delete my hearts, or should I leave? Can I leave them there?
Oh, you can leave your hearts there. I don't mind.
I just thought they vibed with the vibe.
I like it. They're very fitting. Very cute.
Bruh, whoever had a beep go on in the background, that was so not a British horn sound.
Oh, that might be me. My windows are open because it's like 80 degrees here and I don't have AC. So I'm fans on, window open, sweating.
Don't know what 80 degrees is in British.
I don't know what it is in Celsius. I'm so
Friggin' metric system.
Translate.
Listen, bro. What I call that when I speak to everyone I fucking chat to is American. I'm like, listen. So it's they tell me I just call it 80 degrees foreign. That's what, just
that's funny.
No, it's like America land units.
Yeah, no, freedom units.
Freedom units.
Freedom units.
We have the freedom
Even though
to judge
which is ironic
all our
considering
measurements
it's called
on.
the imperial system.
Listen, so I'm gonna I don't know if you guys know why the fucking I was so I've watched the document. I don't know if any of you care about this kind of stuff. I'm gonna fucking tell you anyway. So the metric system was invented because the imperial system was based on human body parts back in the day.
Yes.
Like a foot was literally some dude's fucking foot, right? And other
Exactly.
things was the space between someone's elbow and their wrist. And the problem was that every time a new king arrived, he was like, "Oh, it must be the size of my foot now." And all the peasants were like, "Listen, bro, it's getting a bit serious now, don't you think?" So these French dudes were like, "Fuck." These French dudes were like, "Fuck this vibe." So off they went, and in 18 something something, accurately, to quite an accurate degree, even to today's standards, measured the circumference of the Earth, divided it by whatever number they fucking did it by, and that was the definition of a meter. Because they wanted to find something that was universal that nobody could argue with. Nobody can claim the circumference of the Earth for themselves, and thus the meter was born. And this is why I feel that the metric system is better, because it's not based on some fucking ancient dickhead's foot size.
I didn't even know that story about the metric system.
It's a fascinating story, honestly. It just makes more sense.
Also, well, I'm going to carry on with my history lesson because I find it fascinating. The kilogram was created for the same reasons, because it used to be based on things like a bushel of, no, is it a bushel? Yeah, a bushel of barley. So a set container full of barley, and people would cheat and blah, blah, blah. So someone figured out that the best thing to do was to use water. So a liter of water weighs a kilogram. A liter of water at sea level, I'd like to add, weighs a kilogram. And that's what the measurement of a kilogram is, and why they chose that, because again, there was nothing to argue about, because everybody had access to water. So they used water for that. That was that. And this is why we have those measurements. So fuck imperial. And also, here's another fact I found out just the other day, actually, because I was talking to one of my Americans. So in England, we use stones and pounds because we're fucking confused. If you're weighing human beings, it's stones and pounds. But if you're weighing anything else, it's kilograms. You don't be weighing a fucking table in stones and pounds. That's crazy talk.
And distance is miles sometimes, but kilometers others.
Yeah.
Well, because we couldn't be bothered. Well, because we couldn't be bothered to change the road signs.
If you're driving a car, you're talking about miles. If you're measuring the height of a human being or the length of a penis, you're talking about feet and inches. If you're measuring a table, it's centimeters. Only a fucking Neanderthal measures a table in inches. But heaven forbid you try to measure a human. There's the 3/4 of this country could not tell you how many centimeters tall they are. Like that doesn't
I do think
exist.
that's like changing more though, because I well, at least like doctors and stuff, like if you go to the doctor, it's always in like I think centimeters and kilograms. I mean, I found anyway. So I do think that's changing. Like I'm not sure what my weight is in pounds and stone. Like I wouldn't know.
That's stones and pounds, babe. Listen, that's because you're from some posh ends. Like I kind of. What do you mean you don't know your weight in stones and pounds? Are you even fucking British?
Yeah, my
I
therapist
guess
went through the same way. She's from the
like
Upper
my
West Side of
doctors do
Yorkshire.
not. My doctors do not Do not fuck with that. And I also don't weigh myself very often outside of like doctor's appointments. So
No, that's so
That's
weird.
no.
Also,
That's
hearing stones like always confused me. Was it like? Did you know where that measurement started? Was it from an actual stone? Is that what it was like based off
wait.
of?
No. I've got this. No. So I don't know why. What the actual measurement was, but I do know why you guys don't use stones because this is the bit I found out the other day. It's because so obviously you guys left whenever you left. You probably know the number freedom number.
1776.
There you go. See, right? So we can fucking remember. That's just like a blip in the fucking history books. But whenever that was, by the time you guys left, the stone as a concept hadn't been invented in England. So it was actually created 2 years after you'd left. So a stone is 14 pounds. So someone just decided, fuck this maths, right? And decided on 14 because everything else was 12. So why not fucking make it 14? That's how stupid Imperial is. Everything else is fucking 12, but suddenly stones are 14. So 14 pounds is a stone. And that's what we do. So instead of saying, oh, I weigh 2,648 fucking stones, it's like someone saying, oh, this is 8,274 yards away. And someone's like, bruh, why don't you just say 12 miles? You know, it's that just with stones and pounds. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. You lot are just
Sure, I
confused.
regret to say the Americans aren't much better. We kind of did the same thing with the calorie count for recommendation with the CDC. If you were to grossly over average the amount of calories it would take for the average human to live throughout the day, it's 2,365. But but according to Clinton, that was a weird number, so they just rounded it out to 2,000 and made an entire governmental campaign out of it.
How's this for an interesting fact? Different countries have different recommendations.
Yeah, but then again, the
well,
FDA,
yeah, it's based on
FDA,
how much they can convince people to like, you know, is reasonable.
yeah,
But
but
that's the
notice
thing.
the countries that
All
have
the
recommendations have the lowest quality of food. Like Japan doesn't have recommendations for calorie intake because they actually incentivize their farmers and agriculturists to create good quality ingredients. So it's literally impossible to be fat in Japan, and you could still eat like crap as far as the Japanese are concerned.
they just have a far more the more varied your diet, the more un unprocessed. Can't think of the correct terminology, but let's just say unprocessed, right? The more
Yeah,
unprocessed
it's really just
food you
unprocessed. I mean, because the Japanese diet isn't really as varied as people think it is.
the
It's a good chunk.
Mediterraneans and the
Yeah,
Japanese, because they just eat natural food. That's the thing. It's not the variety. Like it is the variety, but it's
it's
just
also quality.
the the naturalness of it. Like I'm
Yeah.
here sitting here. I'm not here to judge. Like I'm here like fucking chucking pizzas in my air fryer, living this overweight life.
Yeah, but then
But
again, like 2/3 of the Japanese population buys like dinner from 7-Eleven on a daily basis. But the quality of the ingredients is better. Like you can just take a raw egg in Japan, crack it, scramble it, and put it over rice and be perfectly fine. Because they don't
Well,
have the food quality problems like we have here.
what the fuck? Do you not have eggs? I'm so confused. What do you mean?
Oh,
No,
so
American
in the
they
US,
wash the protective coating off the eggs in the US.
we pasteurize our eggs essentially.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Oh yeah, in
Do
England,
they have to refrigerate their eggs over there? It's really weird.
Yeah,
it's
we
fucking
we pasteurize our eggs, and that's a whole other thing. I mean,
listen.
pasteurization was smart. I mean, Louis Pasteur in all his glory, he came up with a pretty smart things. Like he was one of way back when actually he was one of the guys like, you know, maybe there's something to this germ theory thing.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Maybe instead of miasma in
The
the
party
air.
hat tortoise.
Oh,
That's
it's
so
feel
cute.
free to help me color it in. I put in another little image.
Ooh.
I mean,
If you guys want to, feel free.
yeah, but what was I saying? All right. So yeah, Louis Pasteur figured out that actually he was in London at the time. Dude was French, but he was living in London, and there was actually a well in the London that was infected with cholera due to the wastewater problem you guys had way back when. And so, but the assumption at the time was that disease was caused by miasma, which was Aristotle's theory about how disease spreads, which is like miasma, like bad air, which is why like back in the Middle Ages when you had the plague going on, that's why the doctors had masks like that. That beak kind of mask was filled to the brim with aromatics like lavender and mint, because that was supposed the good smelling air was supposed to presumably protect you from the miasma causing the disease. But that's not how disease works. Well, not entirely, but Aristotle was onto something, but he missed the underlying cause. Because disease doesn't always smell bad, but at the time, the most obvious signs of disease were, of course, smells of decay. So that makes sense.
That's
But
when your disease has gone a bit too fucking far. If you can see it, bro.
exactly.
Although
Oh,
some
Louis
people
Pasteur
can
actually,
see
he actually figured out like wait. So he used Robert Hooke's invention, which was the microscope. Robert Hooke was kind of an a-hole, but I'll get into that later. He invented the microscope, and Louis Pasteur looked at the microscope at infected water, and he actually discovered, oh my God, there's tiny little things swimming around here. There's tiny
Is
little
it
germs.
Geradia, something like that. Yeah.
Giardia. Yeah,
Mm.
Giardia actually isn't a bacteria. It's a protozoan parasite.
But that's one of the things I think they noticed quite early doors, no?
Yeah, that's one of the things that was very early on. But they also noticed the microscopes at the time were actually pretty astounding. They were actually also able to notice E. coli, cholera, both of which were bacteria. Giardia is a lot larger simply because it is a protist, but it's like it's like a single cell, but it's a lot larger. It's kind of like an amoeba, if you will. And cholera and E. coli were both caused by bacteria, which are a lot smaller, but still able to be noticed. So in the case of Louis Pasteur in the well, it was cholera, but there wasn't really much
He
they could do
noticed,
about
this is
it.
the guy that noticed that people that drank from one of the wells were getting sick, but people who drank from a different well were not getting sick. So he figured out that it was something to do with the water because it was very localized to
Yeah, he
the
also
water
he also figured
that they were
yeah.
using at the time.
Yeah, he also was the one who figured out that spontaneous generation was not a thing. At the time, people thought that, oh my God, there's a basket full of grain that mice just spontaneously just generate from, or if you lead meat out anywhere, the maggots will just spontaneously come from it. But
Yeah,
that's not the case. So he's the
people are
one who
crazy.
figured out, yeah.
Well, it's like that guy who figured out, because this is what I tell people when we like, I'm a firm believer in logic and science, but I'm also open-minded enough to understand that there's things we cannot see. For example, when we didn't know about the microscope, because some guy was there prattling about going, there's tiny things making people sick. And everyone's
Yeah.
going, yeah, all right, Sally, fucking pipe down, you weirdo. And he's like, I'm telling you, man, there's tiny things that are making people sick. And people
Yeah,
are
that's
like, are
exactly what
you
they thought at the
fucking
time.
I know, exactly. They were like, bruh, you're chatting shit. Like, are you mad? And he was like, I'm telling you. And you could
It's
just
even crazier to
imagine.
that because actually an improvement from what it usually was. Prior to like the advent of human medicine, like the advent of human anatomy, was actually started in the Renaissance by dude looked like dude looked like Tyrion of Lannister. Dude was a dwarf, but he was a cool dude, and so he was a doctor because at the time, well, prior to this time actually, human dissection of humans was not a thing. Even prior to the Middle Ages, even prior to Christianity, what humanity knew about how human anatomy functioned or even looked like was based off a gladiator doctor from the Roman Empire named Galen. And but then again, the Romans were very big on Greek culture themselves and were very big on preserving the human male form, I should say. And so Galen dissected monkeys and dogs and played all kinds of Frankenstein crazy experiments and kind of assumed that humans operated the same way and were structured the same way. And we kind of knew this bad anatomy for almost 1,000 years, and nobody questioned it until this Renaissance Italian doctor actually came along and did a full human dissection. Because during the Renaissance, human dissection was finally legalized in Europe. It wasn't until like maybe the early 1930s to 40s that human dissection was legalized in the United States because even though like modern medicine was escalating up until that point, but the reason they were able to get that was grave robbing in the states.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the states, like cadaver
Man.
donation wasn't legalized until like maybe the 40s or 50s. That wasn't a standard
Like,
practice or even an
or
institutionalized thing.
you can make your pencil bigger, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right.
You are.
Make your pencil bigger. And I'm helping. I hope you don't mind. I'm helping.
Oh no problem. Thank you.
But it can be
Yeah.
bigger.
Oh,
I'm doing the let
I've
me
given
undo
up on being neat because my pencil just sabotages me at random moments. So I'm just going with the
I'm doing
scribbly
a Jackson
drawings.
Pollock.
If you zoom out far enough, everything's perfect.
Oh yeah, it's like that's amazing. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
doing Jackson
absolutely.
Pollock.
Where is this guy? I'm supposed to be fucking making drugs. Doesn't he know that I'm drunk by now? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what was I saying earlier? Yeah, grave robbing. Yeah, there's a reason that
Because that
this is
was
kind of dark, this is kind of morbid, but the act of cannibalism itself is actually perfectly legal in 49 states, minus Idaho for some reason. It's the means of acquiring human flesh that are criminalized, specifically because the grave robbing laws put in place during this time until cadaver donation was legalized.
people didn't like. We have a lot of our understanding of human anatomy and capabilities came about through some very unethical experiments during the war. The Japanese, whew, the shit that they were doing. Crazy.
Yeah, and they got they got like off of their war crimes because they gave like the Americans the information from the experiments.
That was only
Yeah.
after Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
I mean,
happened.
they were like as bad, if not worse, than the Germans. But like, what's so fucked up is that like modern Japanese people don't know, and they keep trying to hide their war crimes and like
Yeah.
Oh, for
silence
sure.
victims and shit, or like the family of victims. It's like so fucked up.
Yeah, I
they
just
actually
heard that
all
recently.
rebrand.
I heard that recently that when the Germans went over there and they saw what the Japanese were doing to the Chinese and the Koreans, they were like, "This is crazy, absolutely not." And
Yeah, it's like
that's an accomplishment. If the Nazis are like, that this is a little too much, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, well, because the
Yeah,
Nazis
so
were
much
very like German and efficient about their killing, where the Japanese were just like sadistic, like revelers in it.
Yeah.
Oh, the Japanese are fucking insane.
No, reading about the experiments is like one of those things. It's like, yeah, so
Yeah, it's like they applied Bushido style groupthink mentality to mass modern warfare. It's a terrifying combination.
The whole thing was fucking. They are still to this day the most. Is it xenophobic? The most, xenophobic. One of the most xenophobic cultures. They absolutely not most of them, because there's a new. That's the thing with the younger generations, things are changing, but these older generations, they fucking hate foreigners.
well, they've been isolation. Like the Japanese have been isolationist for like so long,
Yeah,
and that's really influenced. Well, because they realized like early on when the kind of first Europeans show up that like, oh, the Europeans were trying to colonize. Like, oh, we can be the colonized or we can be the colonizers. And it's like, oh, we're going to be the colonizers and we're going to be isolationists and we're not going to let any foreigners in.
Yeah, and that was the last resort too, because the Portuguese were the first one to actually start shit with the Japanese, and the Japanese kicked them out, and then the Americans started shit, and then the Germans started shit. It's like, yeah, to hell with this. We're just gonna conquer everything. If you can't beat them, join us. Essentially.
Bro, we're all sitting here fucking chilling, but the world, listen, with your fucking, what did someone call this guy? Orange something. I can't remember what they called him, but it's fucking hilarious. The Orange Cheeto, I think he's called.
Yeah, I was about to say what's it, but no, that's British. It was definitely Cheeto.
Yeah, the Orange Cheeto. Like, it's fucking, whew, shit's about to go crazy.
Yeah, every time I see like a news update on my phone, it's like, how is this not like satire? This is just.
But you guys know about the Onion? Like, the Onion, basically,
the
stuff that they come out with is like mild compared to reality.
Tell me about it.
Truth is
Honestly, I'm really
stranger
not
than
surprised.
fiction.
Honestly, I'm not surprised.
Absolutely.
I've been researching this thing. I've been analyzing and researching this thing probably for like over 15 years. And I have to say, I'll save you my backstory with it. But what I went through to get to this point, to get to like the safety that I am right now, was the test run for what's to come for so many of the people in the country. And nobody believed me when I told them. But it's like, yeah.
Hang on, I don't mean to detract from the point, but wait, I've got to read this. How do you say your name?
Orion.
Orion. All right, Orion. I've just thought we should just draw it with our own pens. Look, because I can't, you know.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing.
Oh, thank God, because I was really struggling.
I was
I
thinking
see
the
you
exact
fucked
same
off
thing.
and left me with the shell. I'm over here like trying to fill a void. You're like, bitch, I just abandoned me over here. Shit.
Here we go.
Listen, we're here like we should get rid of this fucking birthday thing and start drawing the world on this, mate. Well, no, not 1984, War of the World style or whatever it was. I don't fucking
Yeah.
know.
I mean, we're kind of in a combination of 1984 and Brave New World here in the States.
And what?
Brave New World.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
You never read that book?
No, I can't read. No, I'm joking. Listen, I'll say listen, let's not get into politics. Let's move on. Can we go to
Yeah, good
Jolly?
idea.
Because I'm
Pressing.
over all of this fucking. We've got enough of this bullshit. Let's go on the fact that we're. Oh no, I've upset the whole turtle. There we go. Why is the turtle moving? All right, there we go. Let's just go on to drawing and happier things. Like happier things. I can't think of anything happy right now because frankly I'm miserable, but that's besides the point. Here's this. Does anyone play any musical instruments?
I play
Yeah.
guitar, keyboard. I'm well acquainted with studio mixing, music engineering, ukulele, harmonica. Oh, I did
I'm
make a
a
PVC
professional
instrument. I did make.
musician.
You said
Yeah.
piano.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Talia's actually
a
like a professional.
harpist, composer, singer. Also play like I can fake my way around a bunch of instruments that are in my studio, like a double bass, piano, whatever. So I only seriously play like I only just because like I know people who can actually play like all these other instruments. I would only say that like I'm a serious like harpist and singer and composer these days. Oh, and conductor. I have a conducting degree as well. So I guess it's that.
What the fuck? That's sick.
Yeah,
Have you
right.
played
Yeah,
that
like
VR?
collected music degree.
Have you
Everyone's
played
so
that
creative.
VR conductor game?
Oh yeah, the VR conductor game. Oh gosh, I tried that like back when it first came out. It was kind of fun. I kind of messed
Now,
around with it, but I haven't. I unfortunately I haven't done much like conducting kind of like sucks to be a female conductor, so I must admit of all my like musical areas that I'm proficient in, I've done the least with it.
Always
Like
has sucked to be a professional conductor. Always has, always will.
yeah, but it's just like female. It's like I get the conductors are they're some of the most awful people. To be fair.
are they really? Why?
Pompous
Well, no, the
assholes on the face
egos,
of the earth.
man. Like, oh god, they literally call these guys maestro. Like, and a lot of them come from like these musical legacy families, and like being a woman conductor is the women conductors that are successful mostly come from musical legacy families. So if you don't, it's pretty hard to break in. I have used like the skills from my conducting degree and like lots of other things. Like I do score reading for orchestra concerts, so I tell the like studio cameras when an orchestra concert is being filmed. I'm the one like reading the score and telling the cameras where to go and what instruments to film when, because otherwise how would the cameras know like what instruments are coming? And like kind of need conducting skills to do stuff like that. And I guess I've done some like small studio conducting for like session stuff, but for live
That's
stuff,
so
I haven't done much since my last degree.
that is so cool. I didn't think that such a simple question. That's really amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I got a couple friends that do something similar. Only they're more in the movie score aspect of things.
Yeah, I've done some film score stuff, but I don't really like film. Don't get me started. God, I will go on like a full rant about the bloody film music industry.
Honestly, it's a rant. It's not a fucking rant. I don't know what the fucking hell you think you're coming out with here. Like, you're giving us a bad example. You can't be talking to the fucking Americans and saying rant. Jesus Christ. Are you out of your fucking
I'm
mind?
from I'm from North London though. Like
No, listen, no, I'm sorry. Everybody south of fucking like Norwich says rant, okay? Don't come here with no rant. I know people from the fucking north that don't even say rant. What the fuck? Listen, people, I apologize for her fucking pronunciation.
there's like hundreds of
You are
accents in the UK, and you're
bastardized-
really
no.
going to like you're
I'm
really gonna
fucking
break
going-
down like this like
Listen,
when
you
there's
are
probably you can walk
bastardizing.
like
No.
you know the
Oh my
accent
God.
changes like the next
You
year
are
over.
bastardizing.
Like that
I've
one dude,
never
like
heard
that one dude from
no.
Yorkshire in the '90s who thinks he can speak patois, but nobody actually knows what the hell he's saying.
Listen, she's bastardizing the English language more
Oh my
than you.
god! Shut the fuck
This is-
up! Oh my gosh!
this is a
That's hilarious
crime.
seeing that in front of a bunch of Americans who've only ever
This
been
is
heard
a-
be bastardized the English
This
language.
is a crime. Nah, they're fucking
Bastardizing the
achieving, bro.
English language, the nerve! As if the English language itself isn't a conglomerate of Germanic and Romantic, whatever.
No. You lot, like, listen, this is the one opportunity you got of being proud of yourself, because this potential native over here is fucking abusing the language more than you ever have. I'm so offended by rant. Like, I got to phone my friends from the north, and we need to have a discussion about this.
I mean,
Sorry,
is it like an English accent or a transatlantic accent at that point?
I don't even know what the fuck.
A transatlantic accent is something different.
Yeah, it is
transatlantic accent is like a very specific accent from like
She has a very
like
posh
40s
accent, like,
cinema.
Yeah.
She has a posh accent. That's why I'm jesting with her. It's like someone I know. She's like, oh
No,
my God.
I know, like it is. I will admit that I'm somewhat posh, but
Do you say plastic?
no, I don't say plastic. That feels a bit awkward.
Plastic.
Wait, no,
Plastic?
You say rant.
plastic.
We're gonna have a rant.
No, but rant does not feel right to me. Like rant feels awkward. That feels awkward in my mouth. Like it would be. So yeah.
So please
You
continue
say
with your
zebra or
rant.
zebra?
Okay,
Nice
so
zebra.
so film music. This is okay. This shit. It bugs me so much. First of all, most film music like is not written by the actual film composer. Like some composers actually write their own music, but not very many. Like Hans fucking Zimmer, which isn't even fucking good music. He has like a team of over 100 people with like ghostwriters and interns. He doesn't even write his own goddamn music. And like so much of the industry is like this, that you're just slaving away writing music for someone else and like, you know, not having any credit. But then like on top of that, the way that music itself is treated within the film industry, like it is the last thing, and you know, unless you have like a special relationship with like, you know, the director or something like that, and you get brought on early on in the process, which is quite rare. Like sound is the last thing to get done in the process, which means that, and also music and sound rarely have any communication with each other, which makes no sense because if your music is high pitched and you don't want high pitched sound effects at the same time, you know, so having no communication there makes no sense. But that is normal. And because music is the last thing to get done, it means that the director has worked with temp tracks the entire time. So he's just taken music from other films and stuck it underneath. And then basically your job is to, as the film composer, is that they will basically be like, oh, do this as much as possible with like, without breaking the copyright.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
And that is why film music has gone so far downhill. And oh my god, yeah, I hate the film music industry so much. And like you're trying to convince like, you know, you try to do something actually interesting with the music, and like, you know, so the music can tell a story and actually contribute to the whole process of the film, rather than just being something in the background that doesn't even need to be there. And then like you're like banging your head against a wall trying to convince this musically illiterate director why this music is good. And it's just, oh my god, it drives me absolutely bloody insane. I just like,
Well, that explains. The new Marvel Spider-Man movies opting to use SoundCloud rappers for their soundtracks instead of
oh
actual.
god,
composers.
yeah, oof. So yeah, it's so bad. But yeah, so I wanted to do the more like I trained more to do the more like concert music stuff, but then COVID happened and I kind of was like, I did start doing some video game stuff and I am like on some projects right now, but problem with video game stuff is that it's in development forever and then you write stuff and it's just like, it's in limbo. Will it be released? I don't know. Just
Well,
waiting.
as long as you're getting paid, who cares if it's released or not?
Yeah, but you know, sometimes you don't see very much money until after, like you see some money, but then like more money comes afterwards and when it's actually released. But yeah, it's, you know, it's what it is.
By the way,
But
I took an executive decision on the color here. I don't know if you care anymore because you haven't moved in a while. I've decided
I'm
that
writing
this
in
is the way.
cuneiform, I think.
Oh, the earliest language
Mm-hmm.
vibe.
Sorry, I died
Yeah.
from. I had to feed some animals.
Aw, how's your scaly pupper doing?
He's doing good. I'm also dog sitting right now, so I had to make some dog food, and then I put together a little food for the lizard.
I love your scaly pupper. It's the best kind of
You can't
puppers.
a scaly pupper. It's not a pupper then if it's not a fucking dog.
If it
just
fetches like a pupper, then it's a pupper to me. And I
No,
have
stop
seen
this bullshit.
I have played fetch with iguanas before. I worked in a zoo. I worked at zoos. I worked at
Because you can
aquariums.
play fetch doesn't mean it's a dog.
True.
Fuck dogs. I fucking hate dog people. Do you know what? I used to be alright with this, but then I made the mistake of joining the fuck dogs, and now I've been radicalized.
Radicalized against dogs.
Absolutely.
Radicalized against dog people.
Yeah, dogs and dog people. Like, it's the same way I feel about children, really. They're alright.
Oh, I'm there with you on the children thing. Like, oh my god. Like, so.
No, dogs are the same fucking thing. Fuck dogs. It's not that the dogs are a problem. It's the fucking owners and
Yes.
pretending that. Like, because I got a cat, right? And the amount of people that's like, and they want to talk about, I'm like, bitch, it's a fucking cat. Like, I love this cat more than anything in the fucking planet. Don't get me wrong. Like, I will fucking kill a bitch if they like upset my cat. But
yeah,
like,
the day people started treating their pets like people raise their children.
it's not a fucking human being. It's a fucking cat. Like,
but
oh my
even if
God,
it
have you
is a
seen
human being, the fact that they're being raised the same way is problematic.
Oh yeah. Well, so many people like when they become pet, like there's so many friends that I have that they've started having kids, and it's like you realize that they're making decisions as parents that just make you think like, oh my god, I'm not sure I want to be friends with you anymore. And also everything becomes about the kids, and they start posting about their kids nonstop on social media, which in and of itself is like, what the fuck are you doing? And everything is about the kids, and it's like they don't have like a personality outside of their children. And then also they decide to have kids with the worst fucking men, and it's just like, now this person is permanently in our goddamn lives. Like, why have you done this?
And they wrap their entire sense of identity around being a parent of young children, but young children don't stay young children forever.
Yeah,
Kids
exactly.
grow up. They're humans after all, and when that happens, everything goes to shit, and they start going all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna like just take a break from certain friends for like a little while until the kids grow up, and then like when they, you know,
ends.
when their
It
kids
never.
start,
It never
abandoning them from their crappy parenting style, I'll be their friend again.
I'm very proud of my contributions to this tortoise. I'm not gonna lie.
You've done a fabulous job.
I really have. I don't know who said that, but thank you for my fucking approval there. I really feel like I've outdone myself. Did you see my drawing from the previous game we were playing? I put fucking attention into this shit. I'm pleased with myself. I might even fucking I'm gonna pour myself another drink in celebration. Good plan.
My white rice needs seasoning.
What? Jesus.
And I'm out of chili crisps. Why?
Oh, I should eat something.
Where's Nami? Hang on a minute. Up it. No, wait. Where's Ro now? Oh God, Ro.
Oops.
Do we ever figure out where the eraser tool was? Oh, there is none.
Yeah, I don't think there's an eraser tool. There's a select and delete tool. That's the consensus that I came to.
Yeah,
No,
there's
I
like
did
a
something with my pencil, and I now cannot see the screen. This is great. Okay. I put it back. Will it come back? Maybe. I'm gonna leave and come back.
What am I going to season this rice with?
The thought of making food for myself sounds daunting. It's another reason I just don't have
have
children.
you seasoned this rice? Yeah, fuck children. Hang on a minute. Man needs she needs it like
Because the idea of
soon.
having to feed myself every day. Oh,
This is where I am right now, honestly. I don't want to leave my bed and go out to the kitchen and to actually like make some proper seasoning for my rice or whatever. Well, I'm already out of bed opening this damn package of ramen. I was gonna season the rice with the ramen packet. Oh my god, what am I doing with my life?
Listen, if you've already cooked the rice, the seasoning part
Yeah,
is
do you not like season as you
you've
cook
got
the
to
rice?
season as
Oh no, because this is white.
exactly.
This is white rice leftover that I had from breakfast this morning. I made like 3 fried eggs, breakfast sausage, and chili crisp and white rice. That was breakfast, and I had some white rice
Why
left over in
do
the bowl next to me while I'm doing this with you guys. So
you
like maybe I'll munch on the
just
white rice a little bit, but
fucking
like no.
right? Like, okay, firstly, so you need to embrace fucking Caribbean life. When you cook that rice, it needs to have been seasoned from before you cooked it. The rice is already seasoned when like it should never have been.
Yeah,
Unless it
yeah,
was
I agree with this. Absolutely, you must season as you cook.
Yeah,
unless
but like
that
it wasn't
rice
just rice. It wasn't like a rice dish, honestly. I mean, soy dominicano.
No,
Yeah,
but
like
what
I
doesn't
get.
matter. It doesn't have
I
to be a
know, but
rice
like,
dish. You just season the
That's
rice.
what I'm saying. That's like telling me you just fucking boiled some potatoes, job done. Like, the fuck you talking about?
To be
no, it's
fair,
like
there are a
white
lot.
rice
Okay,
with chili
but there are a lot
crisp,
of British
fried
people
eggs,
who
and
do
then it's
just
like,
boil potatoes and be done. Like English British people
yeah, there's
who
Don't
are
like
like that. Like white
don't
English.
like allergic to
listen.
salt and pepper. None of that. No. What I made here was the seasoning to go on top of the rice was a scrambled egg omelet with sausage and chili crisp and stuff like that and veggies. I ate that, but still had some white
Don't
rice
give
left
a
over. That's what
fuck.
unseasoned rice.
No, there's no such thing as unseasoned rice. The only time you can have plain white rice is if you were making exactly the amount you needed to eat the curry.
Exactly the amount you needed to eat.
Yep. What am I trying to do? I need to find a gift for flowers.
This talk of food makes me want to like get food, but I open the fridge and it's just too overwhelming.
I'm looking at my fridge right now. Let me see.
I would love to be one of those people who just love to cook. I would love to be the person who wants to be in the kitchen and make a meal.
Oh, I
And I
do
don't-
love to cook. I just can't stand at the moment because I have like serious health problems. So I can't stand up, so I can't cook. So I need stuff that can be prepared within 30 seconds.
Gosh.
Yeah,
gosh.
honestly, I am one of those people that love to cook, and I'm already getting ideas here now that you're talking about it. Fuck,
You
I'm
love
not
to
gonna be able
cook,
to sit
but
down
now you're
again.
telling me about unseasoned white rice. Are you sure about this?
Yes, it was leftover white
Like,
rice
bruh,
from earlier.
there's no, but the fact that you made unseasoned white, you're missing the whole fucking point. The fact that there was even leftover unseasoned white rice, would you just put it in a pan with a bit of salt and called it a day?
No, I put garlic and salt in the rice cooker and then put the rice in the bowl and put the omelet with the sauce on top. But it's missing a little bit, so a little bit of something, so I'm trying to improvise with what I have.
Listen, I need to go to the toilet. I'm stressed. It's not the stress, it's the vodka. But moving on.
Yeah, honestly, what did I have yesterday? Oh yeah, I made like a nice mushroom ravioli. Speaking of burrata earlier. I mean, you bought where'd you get the vodka from again?
Oh my god, I want a drink. That would be so nice.
I've been sipping this mead that I had in my fermentation jar next to my bed.
I
Not
have a
alcohol,
fully
I mean-
stocked bar and a bar menu in my flat. I'm very big on drinking, but I, for health reasons, have not been able to drink for over a year. And it sucks.
Yeah,
It sucks so much.
Your British blood is craving the booze.
And this is not just like British blood. Like it is British blood. Like I'm not. Do I have British blood? I don't have British blood. I'm Sri Lankan. But but my like family as well are just like
You
are
fucking
also
foreigner.
big.
Jokes. Oh. I'm only a small percent British. I'm just joking with you.
But like no, my family are big on drinking as well. I also like used to be engaged to a whiskey specialist, so like and I was very much part of like the drinking as a hobby, not just a like
Right.
like I've got barrels where I age my own, like I age my own cocktails, I make my own gin. I've got a fully stocked bar. I have a big like chalkboard wall in my kitchen that has like a massive drinks menu down it that people order off of when they come to my place.
How
That's
fucking
awesome.
unnecessarily posh are you?
Honestly, I
Okay,
love
so
that.
if you think if you
Me
think
too.
I'm posh, my ex was like properly posh, like my ex was from the like actually English, like can trace his ancestry back like to like the 1400s or whatever, and like
Anglo-Saxon shit.
and he's from from the Cotswolds,
Oh,
and wore like tweed and shit. Like, oh my god, it was funny.
This is hilarious. I'm just gonna look. Where am I? I want to play my drug game, King. Where are you? What's that?
Yeah,
Is
but I
someone
have a
swearing?
bar that I can do nothing. I can't touch the alcohol on it because it will be bad. But
yeah.
at least
I'm not
alcohol
even-
doesn't go bad, you know. So one day.
Yeah. The great thing about alcohol, one of the first examples of preserving fun for
Yeah,
later.
my whiskey collection will be fine in a year or whatever. Hopefully, when treatment is done. But
Eternal whiskey.
I can still have weed. So
That's something at least.
yeah. Still
I'm not
have
even
weed,
supposed to be
and
drinking right
I get
now.
I get a very generous prescription for my health problems. So there's that.
Wait,
That
hold
is a
on. We
wonderful thing.
prescribe weed now?
Yeah, medicinal
And
marijuana.
yes,
one's
and
talking
okay,
about
so they very quietly did this because I didn't know for the longest time that actually you can get weed medically prescribed in the UK, but you have to get it done privately. But you can get it for a
Remember when you were like, I'm not very posh, this bitch like circumventing the NHS over here, people.
If I didn't circumvent the NHS, I would genuinely be dead right now. Like genuinely, I would have died last year if I didn't circumvent the NHS.
No, we're not gonna overlook your fucking poshness because you nearly died.
I'm not denying my poshness. I've got Waitrose stuff in the fridge, okay? I'm not denying my poshness.
You guys don't know. Waitrose is like, you guys
Remember last time I told you guys how like supermarkets are like we have a big thing about supermarkets in the UK and about how they like
invented the damn thing, so that makes sense.
Yeah. How they, how it's a big cultural thing where you shop.
Fucking hell, this bitch be shopping in Waitrose. I go in Waitrose and I'm looking around like I'm in a museum, mate. Seeing shit I've never seen before in my life.
Yeah, it's kind of like me and Wegmans over here.
Listen, I went into Waitrose once and people genuinely, I haven't been followed around for a hot minute, but in Waitrose, people were spotting me. I was like, this is hilarious.
Okay, remember when Waitrose used to do the free coffee with the Waitrose card, but then they were like too many. Then they got rid of it because they were like, oh, too many like youths are coming to get free coffee. It's like attracting the wrong crowd.
I don't. You say, do I remember when? As if I'd ever been into a Waitrose. Like I love this. You remind me of this person because I was on another VC on just some general thing, and there was some absolutely fucking ghetto street rat on the chat. Then there was me, and then there was some ridiculously posh mixed race woman who was in where did she say she lived? I don't know where she lived, but she was some posh ends, and it was the same vibe. She was like Waitrose, and this bra's like, I shop in Asda. Which for the Americans, Asda is the lowest. No, that's a lie. Farm Foods.
No, Asda's not the lowest city. Like there's definitely lower than Asda, but it's like
Yeah, no, but Asda's
I mean,
the
I do
lowest
go
Asda's the
to like
lowest
Asda sometimes for specific things because I have an Asda across the street, and I also have a Co-op across the street, and I also have a Tesco across the street. So
I don't have £45 to step into a co-op, you know.
Yeah, honestly, we don't have like a supermarket hierarchy in the States because our supermarkets
you don't
differ
have
depending on
that
where
many
you are.
supermarkets either, and they're very regional. Yeah.
Yeah, they're incredibly regional. Like we have a lot more private supermarkets nowadays than how we used to, but they're very, very
Apart from your
regional.
weird ass Trader Joe's cult.
Yeah, Trader Joe's. Oh no, Trader Joe's is losing favor. Now you have a Costco cult. That is the latest cult.
Costco's a
Oh, yeah,
vibe,
well, Costco cult has been like around for a while.
Yeah,
I'm about
they
to
just
order from
recently
Costco.
started.
Though I must admit, my mom came back from the US recently and she brought me this stuff from Trader Joe's and it's like really fucking good. Like these like cookies and I'm just like, holy shit, they're so amazing.
I will never surrender to Trader Joe's, especially because half the shit in that store I can just make myself.
I've just started going to Trader Joe's more regularly because I was definitely overusing Target for groceries and it was convenient. Now I have way too many Target bags in this house. But then
Yeah,
Target
Target.
But then Target, did what they did,
Yeah.
and
Oh, were they the anti-DEI target? Is that with them?
one of them.
One of them, Walmart's another one. The reason
Oh
there's a Costco, the
my
Costco cult
God.
is on the rise because Costco was one of the few people that refused, actually.
Can I, sorry, I don't, listen, I saw this today, right?
No.
And it's called, someone was complaining about a woke game, right? Do you know that there is a woke game list on Steam where, so if you type in woke games, you'll find a fucking link to it or some shit, right? Where they are judging games as recommended or not recommended based on whether they're woke or not. And some of the stuff, like they'll be like, oh, it's too DEI, overt DEI, or overt climate change, overt LGBT. On one of them, they were saying that unrealistic, basically brown people in the 1930s, because obviously, as we know, black people were only invented in 1945.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, at least. So they had this whole thing, and then there was more things where they're like, "Oh, this game is woke because
So pretty
there
much
was a female
anything, any
soldier."
game outside of Call of Duty.
Basically, so what happens, as
Anything
we full
outside,
well
any
know?
game outside of Call of Duty and any kind of weird hentai indie game.
No, even Call of Duty Black Ops was on the do not recommended list. Basically, so for many years, as we all know, every game was either a fucking cartoon hedgehog, etc., or it was a white strong man with some sexy woman who was helpless. That was the standard procedure for games. So if you default anywhere from that, like if the white sexy man is changed to a black sexy man, that's woke. If the
Yeah, and
woman
it's crazy
has
because it wasn't always
sleeves,
like that.
if
The
the
only
woman
reason
has
they went to that,
sleeves, like
Yeah, the online culture has really, like, internet culture has ruined this stuff.
it wasn't even internet culture. It's a
And
product of
it's
the
made
1980s. It was this whole situation was started in the 80s when after like the whole Atari crash and everything that happened, you had a lot of not even just a lot of women, a lot of everyone in gaming. Video games was seen as like a community thing, a family friendly thing. You go to the arcade. But then when they started making like home consoles or like interpersonal consoles, you'd have to go to the arcade and socialize with real people. They had to choose. They had a choice to make. Nintendo, Sega, a whole bunch of other companies. They had to choose like they couldn't sell in the electronics aisle. They had to sell it in the toy aisle, and it was the 1980s. So you had to either choose pink for girls or blue for boys. They chose to advertise for boys, and here we are. That's basically how this started, and every other outrage, Gamergate shit that has happened since was really just an outcry for really just the rest of us reclaiming lost territory.
they just don't like that they're no longer the everything.
But they never were the everything, and that's the thing, and that's
In
the
we know that.
reason.
in
Yeah,
terms, we
yeah.
knew that, but in terms of gaming and representation, they absolutely were. I mean, it got a bit. I mean, in the UK specifically, there was after the was it the Black Lives Matter movement, every fucking advert had a black person in it. Just every fucking advert. It was crazy. And I'm like, bro, there's not even that many fucking black people in the whole country. Like, did you just summon every third black person to be in an advert? Like, it was insane. Like, it was nice to be represented, but the companies just take it too far.
Mm-hmm.
They
There was no
jump on a
balance with it.
bandwagon. No, they jump on a bandwagon and crack on. But ultimately, there's nothing wrong with, I think there needs to be representative. If there's 33, let's say this, let's keep the numbers simple. If there's 33% of black people, then 33% of the fucking people on the TV need to be black. If there's 22% South Asian people, then 22% of the people should be South Asian.
I
Like,
think
it
what
should
people are
be.
misunderstanding about representation is like representation is not synonymous with dominance.
No, they just. But the thing is, if they're used to being the main character straight
and
up.
therefore it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
they
now
can't
you want to make
handle
the main
they're not
character.
anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
They
but
can't
even
have
it's not even about being the main character. It's like it's such a narrow-minded worldview. It's like, oh, but this is the way we see the world. This is everything centered on us, and well, fine. You want to be centered of the world? You can be centered of the world. Like, no, we're not asking to be centered of the world. We're just asking the
be
world to
centered
be a
of
little
yours,
bit
bro.
bigger.
Or like
This is
it's just
it.
like maybe this content isn't for you and that's okay. Like, you
You
can make
know,
not everything has to be made for you. There's all this stuff made for you. Maybe this game is made for someone else. And like that's not the end of the world, Because there's all these other games which are made for you. And it's like
but you know, games are made for everyone. Like the saddest thing, like I just think that all games you should be able to be whoever and whatever. Like it was just they just can't handle like straight white men cannot handle shit. Obviously, there's exceptions, of course. There's some open-minded straight white men. Let's not judge them all, but they just can't handle things we do. You know that one of the other things on this anti-woke game thing is the uglification of women.
oh my god.
Uglification of women.
And then they show
i.e.
these women who are just like, gorgeous, realistic
normal,
looking women, not
normal
anime big
looking.
titties. And it's just like, Jesus
Exactly.
Christ.
Have you seen? Did you see the one where there was a? Sorry, I'm laughing. But the woman had basically the peach fuzz. Because
Yes,
obviously
yes, the
everything's
Horizon, was
more.
it Horizon Zero Dawn or whatever? Yeah.
And
Oh my
people are
god.
like, "This is disgusting. This woman has a beard," and someone just wrote, "Is like, bruh, you're telling on yourself. Obviously, you've never seen a woman in real life. Like, if you don't
Yeah, I
know that
saw
women
that.
have hair on their face, like the fuck you talking about?" And they just live in this neckbeard fantasy.
Yeah, and the
And it's not
problem
even
is,
just
it's like honestly the loudest it's like a weird, it's like honestly like a convoluted dance between, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, the vast majority of white men who quite literally don't give a shit about this, but the reason they get wrapped up in giving a shit about this is because, well, this is their worldview essentially. In the mind of the vast majority of white dudes, like, well, a misogynist is either a wife beater, and a rapist is someone who commits sexual assault is a guy with a ski mask in the middle of the night. This guy is neither a guy with a ski mask or directly a wife beater in public. So how
bruh,
could he be misogynist? That's his definition of misogyny.
you're
Mhm.
giving them credit for even acknowledging that there is such a fucking thing as a wife beat. They're just
Yeah,
so
but that's the thing. Like the small,
no, I know.
like it's the percentage of, like, okay, so it's like 25-75, honestly. The 25% of it are, well, blatant psychopaths, blatant sociopaths. They're the actual perpetrators of the shit. They're the actual, you guys want everybody to
It's a
respond to.
lower percentage than that, but it's crazy how
Yeah, but it's
they
crazy
are the
because, like, the
dominant force.
75% of white men who get wrapped up in this shit, they just like, well, they point to the 25%. Well, like, we're not these guys. We're just asking questions. And 25%. Well,
But
this
that's the shit where
75%
they
just let
say,
it
"Well,
happen, essentially.
I didn't stick my penis in her. I just showed her my penis." Like they feel like it's that
It's a
kind of
Mhm.
um. It's like every single woman, as we all know, has experienced sexual harassment in some form or the other, from some random dude wanking on a bus up to interacting with your physical form. You know, and it's just unacceptable. So I'm so pleased that women are, we're becoming re-empowered because we were pushed down because women are more we are more powerful than men. We're not
um,
physically more powerful than men, but our ability to connect without competition makes us stronger. And that's the thing. Women don't have to um
we don't have to have a
parade.
common adversary. We don't have to be on a team, in a squadron, in order to be friends with each other. We can
We don't have
have
to
connection
parade.
outside of a mission, and that's the difference.
someone told me once that a lot of the ancient societies were matriarchal societies. But that just didn't suit the vibe. You know, the nature, like that thing about hunter gatherers, um, isn't correct. Like women were hunters and gatherers. It
Mm-hmm.
has now been found out. But that
Yeah,
whole concept has just gone, it's gone crazy. The whole
yeah.
world's fucking crazy, you know.
Yeah, but on the other hand, it's a
Yeah.
convoluted mess of an argument too, because like those who guys who like to paleo LARP also switch on the opposite side, like, oh, we're not like brown men, we're civilized, suit wearing, sophisticated dudes who also like to paleo LARP, so you can't have it both ways. Really,
I
it's
love
like
that paleo LARP. That's hilarious. I've never heard that, but that's on vibe.
paleo LARP, yeah, exactly. Like, you can't have it both ways. What it really comes down to, like, aside from the external arguments, the analogies, the metaphors that they use, what it really comes down to is the mentality of what we can reference as privilege, regardless of where it comes from. Privilege in itself is I am human and therefore everyone else isn't. But in order for me to maintain my humanity, I have to strip everything else outside of it. It's like a fallacy. Like if every portrait were perfect, we wouldn't have hot dogs. Like if you try to make everything perfect, you wipe away everything you see as flawed. You lose out on the things that make you happy. The same goes for white supremacy or patriarchy or anything like that. I mean, let's just say hypothetically that Trump's whatever the hell gets what they want. Like they kick out any brown people, and next thing you know, the women are gonna go too. And it's like, all right, now we're just strong straight dudes. Well, you're not entirely straight. Gays
They're
go
not
out
getting
too.
rid of the women. They need the women to incubate the next generation of slaves.
Yeah, and then when that fa- and then when yeah, and then when that falls through like it did with the
Because we've gone
Spartans,
from
because
indentured
eventually they're going to
slaves
like, well,
to
like we
oppressed.
need women to incubate for the slaves, but we don't think that far ahead, and daughters are quote unquote useless, so they end up abandoning the daughters and keeping the sons. This is exactly what happened in China as well, which is
Mm-hmm.
why the one
Yeah.
child policy
Yeah.
fell apart entirely. So it's
Oh,
whatever, no matter
chaos.
which way you look at
Yeah.
it, no matter what scenario you look at it, patriarchy and supremacy of a single ethnicity, regardless of what it is, it's not a solution, it's not a policy, it's a suicide cult.
Listen, when they create the artificial womb with any legitimate reliability, they will be culling women like nobody's business.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that is what those people with that mentality see women as incubators. They do, and also as caregivers and providers. Like, if a robot can care for the child, fine. But they just want more of their own, which is crazy because they're just creating additional competition. Like, don't they know that the younger men are here to kill them to take the throne? Like, it's short-sighted idiocy, you know.
It's all short sighted. It's really just short sighted.
I've always
And
had
that's
this feeling that, like you said with the artificial womb, but for some reason, if anyone who could birth children just couldn't do it, like very children of men, right? Just can't have children anymore. It's just, out back with the women at this point. I'm thinking of countries like Afghanistan where now the Taliban are back, and and of course
Ugh,
it's
bad time.
regressing horrifically, and I'm just like, if they couldn't give birth anymore, that's it. They're just putting them out back,
Unnecessary,
unfortunately.
literally unnecessary fodder, you know.
Mhm.
or even in
It's
cases
really
like
sad. Like,
or even in cases like North Korea, like so let's say you have that full social structure that
bruh,
you wanted, it's still
don't
going to
even
fall
mention
through
North
if your
Korea.
resources are
You're gonna be
so
fucking
limited to a
fucked.
certain hierarchy that it's never going to work.
Mhm.
You look over at Russia, they're having a fertility problem. Even South Korea, they're having a fertility
No,
problem.
no, no, no,
And
no. Hold on. Every single country on this planet, apart from the poor, the poorest of the poor, the uneducated, not educated to say that they're stupid, but uneducated to understand their options, are having a child crisis. Because as women the problem is that back in the day, women needed men. In the United Kingdom, it wasn't until 1972 that women, of their own volition, could go and get a bank account.
Exactly.
1970 fucking 2. Like yesterday. Do you know what I mean? On the
Yeah.
grand scheme of things. So before that time, you needed a man just to get your goddamn fucking money for the job that you have been doing since the fucking war in 1939. You know, you needed a man. So as soon as women did not need a man, men, they're talking about, oh, the male loneliness epidemic. Bruh, you ain't got nothing to offer. The only thing you're offering is a second child to look after.
It's
You're not
really like
fucking offering me shit. Like, yeah, a woman can go out of doors and earn 50, 60, 70, 100,000 pounds, whatever, all by herself.
and also have a lifestyle and friends and a support
All
network
by
and
herself.
life as a human being outside of her
And these,
assigned quote unquote role.
and this
And
is
that's
the
something
thing.
so many men have to wrap their head around. It's like, like
No,
they don't need us anymore. What do we do now? Like they're just grasping at straws because that's the only thing they've ever known instead of maybe stepping into the unknown. And it's scary, I know, but maybe finding a purpose outside of being quote unquote a man.
I don't
Maybe
even
finding a
know.
purpose outside of being human. More like try to be more human than being a man, you know?
They're not providing anything. Back in the day, they had to provide the financial security. And now women are working, so both man and woman is going outside and working 40 hours a week. And yet this man thinks he's gonna sit at home and the woman is gonna what? Clean the whole house and raise the children and cook you dinner. And you're gonna sit on your ass and do fucking nothing. Nah,
It's
bro.
really just it's a misunderstanding of how it was, honestly. Because like
To be
a
fair,
lot
I
of
feel
guys, honestly,
sorry.
yeah,
I feel sorry for some, like, not that I feel sorry for them, but
they
it's,
don't want
I can
partners, they want
understand,
moms.
fact, but I can understand the challenge. So you look at, they're looking at their grandfather, yeah, and their grandmother who does fucking everything for this man. They're looking at their parents where their mum is doing 75% of everything for this man. And now all of a sudden they're like, this bitch doing nothing for me. Like, it's like a, like, I don't begrudge the women for standing up, but I can still understand that all of the messages they have been receiving has suddenly been turned on its head.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because even if they don't come into this being arrogant and expecting, it's like if you was being raised for your whole life to be the next prince or some shit, and then all of a sudden some other cousin was like, I'm now the king. You're like, bro, I was training my whole life to be the king. I don't understand. Like, I can see how it's disorientating, and the better quality people, men, are rising up. Like my brother-in-law, he's not perfect, but he takes an active role in his children's lives. Like, he'll be there ironing the school uniform, making the dinner. My sister will make the dinner. He will make you know, like that kind of
Hmm.
vibe. There's still issues or whatever, but a lot, you know, it's just, I can see why some of them struggle because it is a very quick turnaround between the 1950s, the wife stays at home and sucks your dick on command or whatever the fuck she used to do, versus this whole thing now where the woman's like, you better wash your own socks, fam. It's a jump, but
it's
it's a jump
honestly a
that they.
yeah, it's like a fundamental misunderstanding. Like you can be like, it's not even like the arg like it shouldn't be like the objective should be autonomy. The objective should be independence.
Yeah.
Autonomy, independence, and being able to get shit done without being taken care of. That is a
Mm.
fundamental. I mean, going back to the paleo LARPing thing, that was a fundamental skill men learn from an early age. You learn how to pat. You learn how to sew your own clothes. You learn how to skin a hide and start a fire and cook for your comrades because while you're out in the wild, you need to be able to cook your food needed. Those are all skill. Like there's
Sorry.
been a fundamental misunderstanding, a fundamental disconnect between
They can't
survival
cook
skill, like
after
skills.
women never went out. Sorry,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, there's
exactly.
been a
I
there's
agree.
been a fundamental like a disconnect between skills you need to survive as a human
Mm.
being, regardless of what era you live in, and roles assigned to you.
Or
Like,
what genitals you have. How all these men go into war? No women come into war with you, but yet you're fucking out there surviving in bush for 6 years. How? Who's cooking then?
yeah, that's why the military veterans like this is all bullshit. You don't see a single legitimate veteran in this manosphere shit. It's always the kids. It's always the guys who stay home and don't get listed. Like Trump dodged
Listen,
the draft for Vietnam. That's why he's like this.
these all of these men, like men could do all of this shit. Like, there's no, it's a life skill. But you know, you have to, listen, can we talk about the fucking weather or something? Because, like, three people have gone off mute now. We're just getting into some rant about shit we already fucking know. Like, I don't even know anymore. The whole world is a fucking crisis.
No, it's just we're just approaching the climax of an era. You know, every of the society, humanity and society, the environment, it goes through cycles of prosperity and cycles of darkness. We've been in the midst of a cycle of darkness since the early 70s, and we're approaching the climax of it now, which means things are going to get really crazy, but they're also going to come out on the other end.
How they went from such a beautiful, well, my parents told me, um being that they're like 70 now, so they were full, like, full boomer, full boomer, and full 1970s one love vibe.
Mhm.
And they're not, my dad particularly is not conspiracy theory or anything like that, but then my mum is a little bit whatever. But my dad was straight up like, yeah, they killed Bob Marley because he was preaching too much about love. And I was like, the fuck? Like, and all these
It's really
people
just
were,
taking the era of prosperity for granted.
they were so close to connect. Once you had like acid, I don't know if any of you ever done MDMA, but I'll tell you now, yeah, you love everybody. Ev- It don't matter what the fuck but that could be anybody you're like, you're great. You know, we're humans together. You just loved it. All the barriers, all the ego disappeared. So those people were living in a world of connection with humans, like human to human connection, regardless of any color, gender, creed, sexuality, whatever. And the powers that be were like, this must stop immediately.
Yeah, the same thing
Like,
goes for first couple hundred years of the Roman Empire. Before it was the Roman Empire, before it was just Rome. Then, like, yeah, like things are pretty chill. The same goes for the Kush Empire, which we now know as ancient Egypt because Western civilization did what Western civilization does: is whitewash everything. The same goes for the Athenians and the Spartans. There was always, in the first couple decades to 100 years or so, is chill, everybody's happy, things are going as well as they can given the timeline, but overall things are stable. But then someone along the way comes up with this stupid idea. He's like, what if we consolidate all the resources for ourselves and leave the vast majority of people with nothing?
you know. Do you know the Romans had underfloor heating?
Yeah, and they
Really?
actually
Oh,
learned that
like
from the Koreans.
the
Wow.
Romans had underfloor heating, and
That sounds so rich.
like listen, goodness knows, I personally blame lead pipes. But there was this beautiful moment in our history, Western history, where we had underfloor goddamn heating, and then all of a sudden, some motherfucker died or whatever happened, and we got the Victorians who were slinging shit out of windows. I just
Yeah.
don't. But like, what the fuck? Like underfloor, you can go. They had fireplaces. They would light a fire, and they had special channels that funneled the smoke from the flue underneath the floor. So it would heat, it would like be like a circular system of sorts. And that heat that's wasted out of the flue would be recycled, run underneath the floor, and warm your goddamn feet. I mean, bruh, we've only just reinvented underfloor heating 12 minutes ago.
Yeah, and the Romans weren't even the ones who invented it. They actually borrowed that
The,
from the ancient
that,
Koreans.
listen, everyone borrows everything. The
Yeah, everything borrows
aqueduct,
everything.
the
But yeah, it was
aqueducts that the Romans built were just astounding. They understood perfectly the amount of incline that you needed to traverse water over vast distances. And some of the aqueducts are one of my favorite things. I love castles, but aqueducts are an absolute vibe. They are stunning to look at.
my
Some of
favorite
them are
Roman invention
still
was
in
Roman concrete.
operate. Oh, that was fantastic. So for
And
years
they
they
just
tried
rediscovered the
to,
recipe.
yeah, because what happened was free. I'm sure you know, but I'm preaching to the void here. They thought that they thought it was a mistake. Basically, they had tried so hard because basically they had, I think it's calcium that was inside, and what happened was that when it was exposed to oxygen, it oxidized and created a new crystal that filled the void. And they thought that this particular chemical, I can't remember, thing, part of it was a mistake. I mean, what, how arrogant do you have to be like, oh, that was obviously a mistake. No, bitch. That was the fucking plan from the beginning.
Yeah,
So
honestly,
this one,
it actually wasn't calcium, it was limestone. It was
is it
limestone and
limestone?
seawater.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
limestone alkali and seawater. That's the recipe for it.
Yep.
And it's crazy because like it was when it cracks, like the limestone and the reaction with the seawater in the Mediterranean specifically, because the pH it factors into this. It creates
Mhm.
an endothermic reaction that mends cracks as they form. It's self-mending
Exactly.
concrete.
Exactly.
And they actually came up with the same. This is completely unrelated to each other, but they came up with the same concept in ancient China. Only swap out seawater with sticky rice, and sticky rice but in order to make sticky rice, you need potassium sorbate.
Mm.
That's what they had available. Same chemical reaction to make the Great Wall of China. Only it wasn't really cement. It wasn't really concrete. It was mortar. They made it was thicker because of the sticky rice, so they couldn't really like lay down concrete in the same way that the Romans did. Instead, they had to it was mortar, so they had bricks that they often sealed dead bodies of people working on the wall because the first emperor of China was a madman. But he was also
For
kind of
sure.
an idiot. But it was funny because like the guy was obsessed with living forever. He was terrified of death, so much so that he even said the D word, you'd be executed on the spot. But
And
he
yet
said
he
like a
said,
whole aside from all kinds of projects. You know what's hilarious? The way he died. His doctor prescribed him mercury pills. He died at age
oh,
42.
I've been here for a while. I just didn't inhale like I have this past year.
we're talking about Roman walls and Chinese walls and Roman concrete. But they've just figured out, because there was a whole invention where someone had finally figured out how to get concrete to repair itself.
Like the
Because
Romans did.
It's
a lot
fascinating.
of our roads are overpaved Roman roads. Which
Yeah,
are
because a lot
killer.
of Rome was basically become an excavation site. You can't even
Oh,
drive there
Rome
anymore.
is hilarious. You can't even fucking spit on the ground without unearthing history in Rome. In fact,
Yeah,
they've got
exactly.
to a point now where they don't even bother anymore. Like companies, the amount of backhanded things they're like, they'll dig up something, they're like, oh, for fuck's sake, could you just pretend you didn't see that, please?
God.
The whole country is a vibe.
Yeah, but you know
I
what's
think
crazy about it is that Americans love to go on and on about bringing back manufacturing of products that we don't really use anymore. But the entire state of Utah is composed of limestone and seawater.
Roman
Take that for what
concrete,
you will.
Roman concrete.
Yeah,
I'll survive.
easily like honestly, that's what I'm working on right now. I'm on. Oh my god, I'm exhausted. I'm on my second. I'm working on my second bachelor starting 3 weeks from now.
Good luck.
Yeah, second bachelor's in anthropology with a concentration in environmental science, while I'm a third of the way through my first bachelor's in global studies, on break from my TA position with that from my advisor, as well as kickstarting back my associates in marketing starting in January, on top of doing a CRN interface certification that I'm like 2/3 of the way finished with as of this week, as
so
well as a
many
full stack
words.
development certification I'm starting again next week, though, within the same organization. And I just, even though I haven't really finished, I haven't gotten the certificate yet, I'm a third of the way through. The projects that I've been submitting to go on my portfolio are impressive enough that, not even just impressive enough, like that's honestly why I'm on Discord a lot, because my day job actually is an insurance company. They hired me on the spot as a manager. Well, actually, they just promoted me to a manager as of yesterday, because I'm the only person on the staff that actually knows what the hell they're doing.
That was just a lot of words. But do we say congratulations to those words, or
I don't know if congratulations is the right word, but it's like, you can
well
just go
done?
like, Godspeed, I guess.
Godspeed.
You can do it.
I mean, there's no
Yes.
doubt about that, honestly. It's not a matter of like can or can't do it at this point. It's like,
Welcome. What do you
oh
mean?
great, another
I'm
thing.
already verified.
I mean,
What do
like,
you mean September? What's happened? I just got a message. Hang on, I'm so confused.
that's all good.